translation was slow this time. Wonder why. Oh well, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that enormous amount of despair is incoming. I just know it. Yes, this is the Nanatsu no Taizai chapter 234. First off, we see Arthur again after a long while, and yes, he seems to have grown and become more stronger. And the cat was Kath. For some reason, that Kath looks very similar to another name. Is no longer clinging to his back. Well, almost not. He's now in a bag around his waist, so to speak. He rescues Orlodi, and they each go down a place down underground. Turns out Orpheus becomes so strong he's actually able to raise his presence. There, a lot of survivors of Camelot gather, and they're all happy to see their king. While Orlode, well, tries to say that he is that and that, but of course, Keith just says to him he's nothing more than a big shot. So yeah, it turns out that Kath is quite a snarker. Either way, underground, the people are having the time of their life and actually living more, well, happily, could we say. All the while, but they are not ignorant to what is happening overground. Turns out that all those humans that have been brainwashed by piety, was that the commandment, are being not used as warriors but as soul-sucking slaves. I mean, that's the wrong word. Their souls are sacrificed in order to break the goddess spell, which is the real reason why the demons are keep coming in immense amount. The seal was not completely broken. After all, only the Ten Commandments were released. But now more and more demons are released, and the only way to do that is by sacrificing humanity's souls. Arthur is not ignorant to that either, but he's saying together they have hope, while they saying they are only having hope thanks to him. So yeah, I mean they are a little bit double-edged sword here. Of course, Kate doesn't really take it so well when Orlodi insults that. Then Nanashi reappears. He is also still with Arthur, also becoming stronger, and turns out the silent samurai has become a little bit more open to Arthur and has apparently trained him, as Arthur now has become strong enough to destroy many of the types of demons, and in fact so fast and strong that no one of the demons knows. But now they decide to move on with their plan, which Orlodi, the eyeball vampire, think is reckless. Apparently the plan is for Arthur alone, mind you, to get into Camelot and take it back. And Orlodi, of course, points out the obvious about what about Seldoris the Executioner, one with piety and many things more. But Arthur says it will be alright, because as long as he can reclaim that thing, which is actually the holy sword of Excalibur, then he can get it. In all mythologies or stories, Arthur has always had the Excalibur, the magic sword, but it turns out the sword he has fought with up until now has not been Excalibur. We see Excalibur for the first time in a very long while, and well, there's something very strange about that sword. It has worlds that looks very similar to demons, but Seldaris, who have found the sword, cannot pull it out. Meaning that this is a sword that cannot be pulled up with any type of demon strength. It is only a sword that can be pulled up by the one it had chosen. It's called a holy sword though. Is it connected to the goddesses? No, apparently not. But Arthur is confident that if he takes back that sword, everything will be alright. I wonder. Zeldaris hear from a grey demon about the Shinigami, which he calls him. He doesn't know it's Arthur. Of course, the arrogant Zeldaris wants to take care of this himself, but then the biggest surprise happened. The Demon King begins to talk to Zeldaris. I say surprising because it's been implied that the Demon King can talk to the demons, but he hasn't yet. And I actually wondered, would he ever talk to Zeldaris, his representative? He is also acknowledging him as his son. And yes, I know, he is technically his son, but a lot of people have actually begun to question, is it possible that all the demons are the sons of the Demon King, you know? Well, that's impossible, in my book at least. It also seems that another theory is also being implied. I implied once that maybe, just maybe, the Demon King has always favored Meliodas, and that is one of the reasons why Seldaris hates him. Now that seems to be a little bit more implied because the Demon King is talking to Zeldaris that the Demon King is going to be awakened, but he's not talking about himself. No, he's talking about the one he always was expected to be his successor, Meliodas. Of course, Zeldaris do not take that well, but the Demon King ignores that and orders his representative and son Zeldaris to rescue Meliodas as the Ten Commandments Meliodas awakens, still embraced by the Elizabeth. Despair awaits us all. And the next chapter is even called A New Threat, which is even bigger hints towards despair. All in all, the chapter was all about Arthur's growth, and once again the implications that yes, he is the one who will truly end all. And once again, this also implies what I've said, that I think the Demon King has always loved Meliodas, albeit in a little bit twisted way. And when I say twisted way, Meliodas betrayed him after he changed sides, but he never gave up on that. So I'm just saying that maybe Zelda's resentment to Meliodas is more than just simple betrayer. The very fact that he says you can't mean that, betrayer, and that he wants to protest further implies that he does not want Meliodas to be acknowledged as the new Demon King. Still, I wonder though, what made the Demon King want to have Meliodas as his successor? I mean, of course we saw Meliodas' power and that was truly one not to be messing with. But it still doesn't answer the question exactly why he still wanted him to be his successor. I mean, although technically the oldest is the oldest. But yeah, I think this gives further hint that Zelda's resentment of Meliodas is not only because he is a traitor to their kind now, but also because the treatment he got from Meliodas in the past, and the fact that the Demon King has always wanted Meliodas to be his successor, even after he betrayed his kind, is a sour thing for him. But we'll see what happens. All in all, I just feel like despair awaits. Give me a false if you have any.